Good. So we do tend to just keep it quite chill. So we'll just get a nice stretch on and chill out for a
Yeah,
bit. Okay. Get some movement in.
good stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
sounds good.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to start laying down. So if you come onto your mat, and we're going to start with the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Sometimes when you first come into this shape, it might feel a little bit sticky at first. So if it does, you can put your hands under your bum if you find that you're at all uncomfortable there and you just want to see if that helps make you a little bit more comfortable. And if you're fine with your hands by your sides, or you can take your arms out wide for a little bit more space and openness across the chest and the front of the shoulders. You just see what feels right today. And if you want to explore something else that I haven't mentioned, feel free to do that. And when your physical body gets comfortable and you start to feel like you're settled and you think, yeah, I'm happy, I'm good here, then close your eyes and breathe through your nose. In and out, nice and slow. And focus on making the breath a little bit bigger than it was before. We have this amazing breath capacity that we don't use, that we don't take advantage of. So take advantage here a little bit more of those longer, deeper breaths that you maybe don't encounter so much. And as you're breathing a little bit more deeply, a little bit bigger, notice how your body adjusts to these deeper breaths. Notice maybe your belly, your chest rising and falling. Maybe you feel the side bodies, the side of your torso, your rib cage expanding outwards as you inhale. And then relaxing back as you exhale. Maybe you feel the back of your body expanding into your mat as you breathe in. Maybe you feel the rise and the fall of the shoulders. Maybe there's something else that you're observing here. It's all good, whatever it is. Now stay really aware of this breath. Try not to get distracted by when we start to incorporate a little bit of movement or a little bit of change. Stay with the breath. Stay with this deeper breath. Noticing where you feel the breath the most. And then start to bring your knees back up. And we're going to now walk the feet as wide as the mat. So knees and feet are going to come as wide as your mat here. The legs are still bent, feet are on the mat. Now keep your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees drop over to the right. So you don't want to bring your legs together for this one. You're going to keep your feet on the outer edges of your mat. And then turn your head to the left, just gently, or if it feels good to turn a little bit more, you can. But don't go anywhere that's uncomfortable or create any tension. Just drop the head to the left as little as feels comfortable. And then stay with that breath. Try not to get distracted here with how the sensations in your body may have changed. And they very well may have changed, and that's okay, but keep breathing. Tuning into the expansion of the body as you breathe, and that release as you breathe out. Now, right now, your shoulders are probably pretty comfortably resting on your mat here, especially that left shoulder. We want to keep the left shoulder touching down, but bring your left knee now to be on top of your right knee. So you're stacking that left knee over the right, but try to keep the back of your left shoulder from rolling with you. And if that means that your left knee won't touch all the way to your right knee, that's fine. You can just let it hover over. You could also play around with your feet. You could take your feet a little further away from your bum and see if that's more comfortable. You can relax your head as much as necessary. If you're getting any kind of pulling or discomfort in your neck there, then relax the head so that you release that tension. And breathe, again, trying not to get distracted with the difference in sensations in your body. And just for now, stay focused on the breath. I think one of the most beautiful things about a yoga practice really is body awareness and how much we learn about our bodies. But for now, we're going to stay focused on the breath over the physical sensations. Unless you're in pain. If you're in pain, you're going to need to dial back. All right, now come back so that you're back on your back and your feet are as wide as your mat again. And adjust yourself so if you feel like you kind of moved around a little bit, you're not so centered. Bring yourself back to center. Then with your feet as wide as your mat, drop your knees over to the left. And then turn your head to the right. Again, a little or a lot. Don't go anywhere where there's tension. Maybe just a little sensation in the neck there. Make sure that your shoulders are heavy, dropping back towards the mat. And stay focused on that inhalation, that expansion, and the exhalation, the release. Take another breath there. And then keep the back of your right shoulder touching back, but bring your right knee over your left knee. And you might roll a little bit more into the left edge of the body here, that's fine. And again, don't worry if the right knee doesn't touch down, that's fine. Let it hover. Maybe move your feet away from your bum a little bit, see if that helps you ease in at all. And relax your head, don't feel like you have to turn so far into this. And again, stay focused. Try not to get distracted by any big physical sensations here. Unless there's pain, always honor any pain and back off, release. Another breath there. And then come back to center. Bring yourself back to center. And this time we'll come back up and we'll put the feet back down again as wide as the mat. So feet and knees as wide as the mat. And then just a few times here, nice and easy, let your knees knock side to side. And again, don't bring your feet any closer together. Leave them where they are on the edges of the mat. And just let the knees knock side to side. Take your time. Stay focused on the breath. And then come back to center. And we'll bring the knees one at a time. So right knee up into the chest and then left knee. And wrap your arms around your knees. Here you can open your eyes whenever you're ready if they were still closed. Rock around a little bit there, side to side might feel good. Might feel good to circle the knees around a little bit. Okay. And then let's rock up to sit, or you can roll over onto your side and press your way up to sit. We're going to come all the way up here and we're going to Bring the legs around back behind and come into child's pose here. So knees are going to come nice as wide here. If you can get as wide as your mat, go for it. If not as wide, that's cool too. Bring your big toes to touch. Sit your bum back to your heels. And then come down onto your forearms here. Sit your bum back towards your heels. And then walk your elbows as far forward as you can there without your bum coming up. So keep your bum back. Then keep scooching those elbows away. Then bring your palms together. So lift your hands away from the mat. Bring your palms together. Then when your elbows can't scooch any further away, bring your forehead down to rest. And you can keep your palms pressing with the fingertips facing up, or you can bring your palms pressed together with your hands at the back of your neck. So the thumbs will come to the back of the neck there. And think about dropping the chest and dropping the throat down in the direction of the mat there. As if there's a heavy brick right in the center of your shoulder blades, weighing you down through the back of your chest. Another breath there. And then relax your arms, and then let's come back. So walk your hands back, and we're going to come into a tabletop. So we're going to come up, lift your hips. Now bring your knees into about hips distance apart there. Tuck your toes under. Sit your bum back towards your heels. And then when your bum is back towards your heels, walk your hands forward a little bit. But keep your bum back on your heels, and then walk your hands forward. Spread your fingers wide. Then come forward, bringing your shoulders forward over your wrists so you feel a little bit of weight in your hands there. And then take your bum back to your heels. And we're just going to do that movement and use the breath a little bit there. So inhale as you come forward, get some weight into your wrists and your hands there. Then exhale, sit back. Then do that again, inhale. And then exhale. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale, come forward. Arms stay nice and straight. Then exhale, sit back. Then walk your hands back towards your knees. And we're going to bring the knees up into the chest. So we kind of are squatting here. And your heels aren't going to touch down here. That's fine. We're going to keep the knees together unless it's way more comfortable to bring them apart. That's okay. But if you can keep your knees kind of coming in towards your chest, do that for this one. And then keep your hands walking forward. Keep inching the fingertips away as you let your heels sink in the direction of the mat. So we don't want the heels to touch here. So keep walking your hands forward. So we'll get a nice calf stretch here if we don't let the body sink all the way back into the heels. So keep some weight forward, inching the fingertips forward. Drop the chin down towards the chest and breathe. Focus on the expansion, which will feel different here because you got your knees into your chest. So maybe you'll notice it more, that expansion, more in the side bodies by your ribs, by the sides of your ribs, or maybe in the back of your body, the back of your rib cage. Or maybe you're most aware of the compression as you're breathing and your belly and your chest don't have that space to expand into anymore. Now start to walk your hands back towards your feet. We're going to lift the bum up, separate the feet, and we'll come into a forward fold. So make sure that your feet are a little bit wider than your hips there. If you're super tight today, go even wider. Let your knees bend a little bit there, but try to keep your bum sticking up. Even as your knees bend, try to stick your butt up to the sky. And then relax your head down. You can let your arms dangle. If your hands come down, you might feel more supported bringing your hands down. Otherwise, we're going to grab onto opposite elbows and sway side to side a little bit there. And you can bend your knees more. If this feels like a lot, just bend more into your knees. Then come to center. If you've taken your elbows, relax your arms, and then bend your knees, rounding through the back body, and roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take your time as you come up. Let your shoulders hang heavy forward until you come all the way up, and then roll your shoulders back, creating a lot of space across the front of your shoulders and your chest there. Arms are going to be down by your sides here with your palms facing forward. And imagine here that you are standing with your back up against the wall, okay? So bring the backs of your shoulders back towards the wall. Bring your bum back towards the wall, but then what's going to happen is, if you imagine if you were against the wall right now and your bum was against the wall and you bring the backs of your shoulders into the wall, you're going to wind up with this arching in your back. So now I want you to focus on the middle of your back, moving the middle of your back into the imaginary wall without taking your shoulders off the wall, okay? And it's not, and if you try and force that, it'll feel dramatic, so we're not going for drama here. It's just a really subtle realization that we're going to soften the back, the middle back towards the wall, and you're going to get a little stronger in your belly and your navel as your navel draws in to make the middle back move back a little bit. Arms by your sides, palms facing forward. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth this time, sigh it out. Then open your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Big breath in. Feel that big expansion. Reach your arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, press your palms together, soften your knees and fold. We're going to come all the way back down into a fold here. Dropping the crown of the head down. Bend your knees as much as you need to, but keep your bum sticking up towards the sky. Then rise up halfway. So slide your hands up your shins here. Get into a flat back. Roll your shoulders back. Send the backs of your thighs back behind you. So you're making this 7 shape with your body. Then soften your knees and fold back down. Drop the crown of the head. Give your head a little shake. Then with soft knees and a rounded spine, we're going to roll all the way up. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. Reach up. And then arms down by your sides. So we're going to do just those movements together again, and we're going to really incorporate the breath this time. And try not to get distracted by the movement. We're going to stay focused on the breath, okay? So if you can even close your eyes here, close your eyes, but open eyes are cool too. Arms by your sides. Take a deep breath in. Reach your arms up. And as you exhale, soften your knees, press your palms together and fold, coming all the way back down. Drop down through the upper body here. Then as you inhale, we're going to find that flat back and straight legs. You can slide your hands up or come to your fingers, roll your shoulders back. Then as you exhale, let your knees soften as you drop back down into the fold. Then inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, arms down by your sides. Same again, just like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press the palms, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, rise halfway, lengthening to a flat back and straight legs. Exhale, fold, soft knees. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take your arms all the way up. And exhale, arms down by your sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press the palms together, soften the knees, fold. Inhale, rise halfway, lengthening. And then exhale, folding again, soft knees. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take your arms all the way up. And then exhale, arms down by your sides. Big roll of the shoulders back. Turn your palms to face forward. Once again, close your eyes here for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And then open your mouth side out big. Okay, let's open the eyes. We're going to step forward now, so we're going to start at the front of the mat. So come forward on your mat and stand with your feet about hips distance apart here. So you could even go a little bit wider. You just don't want to stand with your feet too close together. Feet are nice and parallel here, and they're going to stay parallel. So if you notice where your feet are on your mat, as if you were going to draw a line from the front of your mat to the back of your mat, straight down through the center of your feet. Okay, so imagine that those are the tracks that you're standing on now. Okay, then take a step back with your right foot and stay on its track. So go straight back with that right foot, and we're going to come into a lunge shape here. If you go too far back with the right foot, this is going to feel really huge. So maybe scooch the right foot forward if you've gone somewhere and you're like, whoa, how long are we going to be here? Okay, so get somewhere where you feel relatively comfortable. You have a little bit of buoyancy. You're not exhausting your legs out here, and the stretching sensation isn't too huge. You will get some sensation though. Then roll your shoulders back, take your palms down by your sides again. Now, just the arms here. We're going to keep the legs as they are, and you might need a little bit of a softness in that right knee. That's cool, the back leg. If you want to straighten it a little bit more, that's fine too, but I'm going to soften it because it feels a little bit better for me right now. Arms down by your sides. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up again. And then as you exhale, press your palms together and bring your hands into your heart. Again, just like that with the arms. Inhale, reach your arms wide, reach them up. And then exhale, hands to the heart, press the palms. Just one more time like that. Inhale, reach up. And then as you exhale, press the palms. Now, we're going to straighten both legs here. Take your arms again. Inhale, reach up. And then this time as you exhale, we're going to fold. So we're going to start to come down. So you're going to bring your hands down, and you might find that you need to soften that left knee a little bit, and that's fine to get your hands down. Just don't bend so much that you go into that lunge shape again. So try to keep the leg extended as much as possible. Then sink the right heel down so we get nice and long through the back of the right leg. It doesn't have to touch, but it's going to sink down in the direction of the mat. And if you feel like the stretch feels nice, but it feels like a little bit too much, then maybe soften and then extend that left leg a few times until it feels more appropriate. And if it feels better to just keep it bent, do that. Take just one more big breath there. Then start to shift your weight forward into your left foot, and we're going to step the right foot forward again, so we come back to the front of the mat into a fold. Now again, take your feet a little bit wider than your hips there. Drop down into this fold. Notice if there's a difference in the two sides of the body here. And then focus on the breath. That big, expansive breath. It's okay to notice and to observe, but we're going to try not to get attached. We're going to try not to get distracted by anything here today other than the breath. Inhale here, rise up halfway, lengthen into a flat back and straight legs. And then fold again, softening the knees and dropping back down. And then rooting through the feet, round yourself all the way up to stand. Take your arms up to the sky. And then arms down by your sides. Okay, again. So just notice, again, those lines, those tracks that you're on with your feet. And with the left foot, we step back. And again, don't go super duper far, just far enough that it feels like a nice accessible lunge. Maybe a little softness in the back leg. Really comfortable here, nowhere crazy. And then arms down by your sides. Turn your palms to face forward. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, press the palms together. Inhale, reach your arms wide, reach them up. And exhale, press the palms together, back to the heart. Do it one more time. Inhale, reach your arms wide, reach them up. And then exhale, palms, press hands to the heart. Now, we straighten both legs. And inhale, reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands down. Again, if you want to bend into that right knee a little bit here, go for it. Sink the left heel down. Again, if it feels good, but it feels just like a little bit too much, then try that bending and extending a few times. Legs are strong here. We're folding the upper body over that right leg, so just letting the natural curvature of the spine do its thing there. Take another breath. Then bend into the right knee, shift the weight forward and step forward. Back to the front of the mat, back into a fold. Feet a little wider than the hips, and then allow yourself to fold into this, relaxing the head. And then inhale here, rise up halfway, so that's the flat back and straight legs. And then exhale, fold. And drop down. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. And then arms down by your sides. Okay, again, with your feet on those tracks, we're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat, and you're going to stay on that track again, and we're going to go back into our lunge. And again, not super far back with that foot, nice comfortable lunge. Now this time we're going to add a little twist in, so take your hands to your heart this time to start. Then take an inhale, reach your arms wide, reach up to the sky.
And then as you exhale, we're going to turn to the left so that your right arm is going to reach forward and your left arm is going to reach back, and your chest starts to turn out to the left. Then come back to center, palms press. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, twist to the left again. Right arm forward, left arm back. One more time, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Then inhale, hands to the heart, reach your arms to the sky. And this time we're gonna exhale, bring your right hand down to the mat under your shoulder and keep your left arm up to the sky. You might find you wanna scooch that right foot back a little bit so that your bum isn't too high there. Turn your chest up towards the sky, take a big breath. And then bring your left hand down. Shift your weight forward into your left foot there and step forward. Back to the front of the mat, feet hips distance and fold there. Inhale, rise up halfway to lengthen into a flat back, straight legs, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand, take your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart, arms by your sides. Okay, so now it's this time we're going to step the left foot back on its track. We step the left foot back so that we're in our lunge, and we're going to start with our hands to the heart, palms pressing. So take an inhale, reach your arms out and up, and then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So turn your chest to the right as your right arm goes back and your left arm goes forward. And then hands to the heart. Inhale, reach your arms wide, reach up, and then exhale, twist to the right again. And again, inhale, hands to the heart, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. And then inhale back to center, hands to the heart, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, the left hand is going to come down under the left shoulder, right arm up to the sky, and we turn our chest up towards that right hand. Maybe scooch that left foot back a little further. Deep breath in. Then take your right hand down, shift your weight forward into your right foot, and step forward once again. Back to the front of the mat, and we fold. Inhale, rise up halfway to lengthen. And exhale to fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Take your arms to the sky. And arms down by your sides. Okay. Now let's stand with the feet together here. Big toes touching. Close your eyes. See what happens. Once you bring your feet together and you close your eyes, see if you get a little wobbly at all. Trust yourself not to fall. Hang on. It's okay to wobble. Focus on the breath. That big, expansive breath. And bring your hands to your heart. Open your eyes. Find your drishti. That's going to be the place where you're going to rest your gaze. You're going to put your eyes on one spot and you're going to let your gaze softly rest there. Then inhale, start to bring your right knee up into your chest. So you're standing on your left foot. Then exhale, interlace your hands around your right knee and stand tall. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. Point your right toes and breathe. Stay strong through the belly. Take one more breath. Now, start to slowly release your arms down by your sides, and we're going to step the right foot, bend into your left knee, step the right foot to the back of your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, and as you exhale, bring your hands down and start to slowly pull the hips back to get a little straighter in that left leg. And again, if you want to play with a little bend and extend, do that. Otherwise, you maybe straighten that leg and fold over the left leg. You see what feels good. Sink the right heel down to the mat. Just take one more big breath. Now bend into your left knee a little bit more, but not a lot. So don't go so far that you're in the lunge and your knees over your ankle. Try to keep that left leg a little bit extended. Plant your right hand under your shoulder, and then we'll take a twist here. So this is different than the twist we did before, because there we were bending deeply into that left knee, and now we're extending that left leg a little bit more. And you might feel a different sensation there, but again, try not to get distracted by the different sensations. Stay focused on the breath. One more big breath. Left hand down. Shift the weight into the left foot and step forward. Front to the mat. Fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Soften your knees. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Take your arms to the sky. And arms by your sides. Feet together. Big toes touching. Hands to the heart, close the eyes. Just tune into the wobble here. See if you already feel like you're balancing a bit just by bringing your feet together and closing your eyes. Find your solid ground. Find your stability. Find it in your breath. That big, expansive breath. And open your eyes. Inhale, bring your left knee up into your chest. And exhale, interlace your hands around your left knee. Lift your chest, shoulders back, stand nice and tall, point your left toes and breathe. Stay strong through your belly. Hold on, breathe. Now release your arms. Slowly start to bend into your right knee and step your left foot back into your lunge. Take an inhale, reach your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, fold, bringing your hands down. Now remember, this time we're going to pull the hips back a little bit there. And again, if you want to play around a little bit for a few moments, go for it to get more settled. Or if you want to just keep a little softness in the right knee, that's cool. Sink that left heel down. Okay, now we're going to extend that right leg. Remember, we are going to soften it a little bit, right? So we do want a little bit of a bend there, but not a big bend, okay? Keep the hips high. Left hand plants down, right arm reaches up to the sky. And if you can extend the right leg a little bit more once you get into it, you can do. Take another breath. And then right hand down, shift the weight forward into the right foot and step forward. Take your feet as wide as your mat for this one. So go nice and wide and drop down and fold. Grab onto opposite elbows here and take a little sway side to side. Relax the head. And then come to center. Bring your hands down, start to bend your knees. Turn your toes to face out and then bring your bum all the way down. So you're going to wind up in a squat here. Elbows on the inside of your knees and use your elbows to push your knees wide. Bring your heels down if they'll go down. If not, and the heels are up, that's okay. You can keep your hands down for support, or you can bring your hands into your heart. Press your palms together. Bring your thumbs back to your sternum. Lift your chest. One more breath. And then release your elbows, let your knees come together, sit onto your bum, and then come onto your back. When you come onto your back, we're going to give the knees a hug into the chest. And again, maybe a little rock side to side or circle. And then keep your right knee here into your chest, but extend your left leg all the way straight out onto your mat. Then extend your right leg up towards the ceiling and interlace your hands behind your right thigh. And that right leg is as extended as feels accessible. So if that means you're bending it a little bit, that's cool. If you can extend it, extend it. We're just going to do some big circles of that right foot. Make these circles kind of exaggerated, nice and big. So you feel the sensations
And then switch directions. Don't get distracted by the sensations, but notice them and breathe. And then give the foot a little wiggle there. Okay. Now we're going to take that right leg and we're going to bring the right leg out to the left. So roll onto the left edge of your body. So come all the way onto the left outer edge of your body. You can tuck your left hip under you there, left shoulder under you, so that that right leg can come down. Then take your right arm up to the sky and reach the right arm all the way back out to the right and see if you can settle the back of the right shoulder as far back towards the mat as possible there. Left arm can reach out, or you can hold on to the right leg if you want with the left hand. Take another breath. Then let the right knee bend and come back onto your back body. Move your hips back to center if they've skewed around at all. And then bring your right knee back up into your chest and then your left. So you're hugging your knees up into your chest again and then rock side to side again. Okay, then keep your left knee up into your chest and extend your right leg out onto your mat and take your left leg up to the sky. And again, we're gonna extend that left leg as much as feels comfortable, hands behind the left thigh, and then big circles of that left foot. And then make sure you've gone both directions a few times. And then give the foot a little wiggle. Now we're going to roll onto the right outer edge of the body. Tuck the right hip under you as the left leg goes out over to the right. And then the left arm, you're going to reach it up and then all the way back out to the left. Right arm can reach out as well. Settle the back of that left shoulder as close to the mat as you can there. And then let the left knee bend. As you come back up to center, bring both knees into your chest once you've gotten yourself back onto your mat and you're nice and centered, and give yourself a hug in. Rock side to side. And then let's bring the soles of the feet together as the legs come down to the mat. Just as we started, Supta Baddha Konasana, so we open the knees out wide, soles of the feet are together. Take your hands and rest them on your front body, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. And as you are here, breathing these big, expansive breaths, tune into this connection that you've cultivated. This yoking, this union of the body, the mind, and the breath. And start to bring your knees back up. And walk your feet once again as wide as your mat. Keep your hands where they are, but let your knees knock side to side a few times. And then come back to center and extend your legs out onto your mat. Let your feet flop out. You can keep your hands on your body, or you can take your arms by your sides, turning your palms to face up. Close your eyes when you're ready. Let the back of your body settle into your mat. Let the front of your body be light and free. And take these moments in rest, in restoration.
So begin to deepen your breath. When you take your next breath in, breathe in deeply through your nose and then open your mouth and sigh it out. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Take your arms overhead and take a big, long stretch. And then bend your knees and roll over onto your side. Come back up to your seat when you're ready. Namaste. Thank you.